Hey there! I'm here to do a tutorial on the Nerium eye serum and using it with makeup. There's a great video that's been out that Nerium Corporate actually released, and it's by a celebrity makeup artist, and she shows you how to mix the eye serum in with your concealer foundation to put under your eyes. It's a really good video. However, what I've noticed is that it doesn't work for everybody. Um, some background information about me is that I'm a makeup artist, a hairstylist. I have been in the industry for well over 10 years. I've worked on different skin types and skin tones, so I'm pretty well-rounded. But even with me, this gave me some trouble. I tend to use very natural products. Right now, I personally use the Honest Company, which is Jessica Alba's product. And I like that I can pronounce all the ingredients in it. I like that my skin doesn't break out when using it. I obviously tend to like more natural products, which is how I ended up with Nerium. So anyway, when trying the eye serum, you're instructed to pat it on, let it dry, stay expressionless, excuse me, for, until it's completely dry. When applying it with makeup, you mix it into your foundation. However, when I do that, and a lot of people I've heard from do that, they're sort of getting a cakiness around their eye. So I spent today experimenting with different foundation types, different textures, different brands. And what I found is, even though I love the Honest Company, the product itself wasn't mixing well. It was either too thick or perhaps the ingredients didn't mix well with the eye serum, whatever it was. So what I ended up doing was trying a different product that's very, very lightweight, very, very liquid, and working with that and the eye serum. And so really, I just want to show you how I did it, and so that maybe this will help you. Remember, one size does not fit all. It's best to experiment to see what works. There are 60 pumps of eye serum in this product, one per eye, twice a day. So, experimenting a little isn't going to mess you up a whole lot. So anyway, what I always do is the first thing, and I do this with my customers, with whether it be a wedding or, just a makeup client, a prom girl, or somebody on a movie set, is I use the Nerium AD Day Cream. I use that as a moisturizer and almost like a primer, but I do use a separate primer. Anyway, I also start with, after I rub that in, I use the Honest Company Everything Primer. I still use that. It's a great base. I actually tend to use this mixed with the eye serum by itself underneath my eye. I don't feel the need to put makeup on, but for the sake of showing you how to do this, I'm going to show you. I wash my hands beforehand so that I can use my fingers as tools if need be. I apply a little bit of the primer to the top of my hand, about that much. And then when it comes to my eye area, and you can see I'm makeup free, I do have eyeliner and mascara on, but that's it. I apply the primer under my eye just the same exact way as I would apply the eye serum, including up into the dark areas right through here, and then go through here, and I'm just patting the whole time. And then I will also, just to show you how I apply my makeup in general, I'll apply this primer to the rest of my face. The foundation that I ended up using that I was really surprised I liked is actually one that's got some pretty cool tutorials on YouTube and on Facebook. So if you're interested, check it out. It's called the Unique Mineral Touch Liquid Foundation. It looks like this, and they recommend you use it with this brush. Where's the name? There you go. And the brush looks like this, so it has a hole in it. It's sort of hard to see. Anyway, you apply 5 drops directly to the brush. All right. Normally, I let my moisturizer sit and soak in. I let my primer sit and soak in. For the sake of this, I'm just applying quickly. 5 drops, you can see. And then you apply it sort of like you're buffing. You just go on the skin and you buff it on like this. When it gets to the eye area, I do the same thing. I'm very, very carefully, almost patting, buffing it. And then, if you ever need extra coverage in your eye area and you don't feel comfortable using a brush, it's always extremely important that you're really, really gentle with your face. You can see how, truly lightweight and effortless that foundation is. But if you ever want to go back in and apply just a little bit around your eye for more coverage, I just applied a tiny drop, use my ring finger and go in and sort of dab it on like this, just like I did my primer, just like I'll do with the eye serum. Normally, we're told to put powder on right after, but I sort of feel like with regards to the eye serum, it's a little bit counterintuitive. Just so you know, I have a mirror right over here if you see me looking over there. I'm buffing it out a little bit with this. You can see it applied smoothly, creasing a little bit right there. Then last, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and take the Nerium eye serum. One pump. Just going to go in and dab this. And it's important to get a pretty smooth, even layer, but not try and rub it in. There are ingredients in this product meant to plump, meant to fill, meant to take the dark circles away, meant to smooth, and you want it to be wet. You want to try and stay expressionless, and you want it to dry. So for the sake of this video, I'm trying to help it dry, but that's literally all I do. And then I'll go in afterwards and use an HD powder on my face where I applied the foundation. HD powders aren't actually meant to set foundation, but because I've been using Nerium for 2 years, I use very, very little makeup. I need very little makeup. And so my favorite HD powder, just for the record, is actually e.l.f. I reviewed this brand for a magazine I wrote for in Atlanta, and I love it. Surprisingly enough, I loved this, and I've used a lot of different companies' HD powders. This one, to me, worked just as well. So I normally apply that with a brush. Normally, a brush that looks sort of like this. That is clean. Doesn't look like it's clean, but it's clean. And that's a Japanese brush, but you can see that this is almost dry. It's a little damp right there, and you see that crease right there? Two things you can do. Go back in with this brush and sort of buff that out. You see how I'm very, very lightweight doing that? Or go in there, my mascara is flaking, and use a finger and lift your eyelid up so you're not tugging on the skin and sort of go like this, just to smooth it out. But what I've found is if you will let the eye primer, the eye serum sort of do its thing with regards to your makeup, even if your makeup looks grainy a little bit, grainy is sort of what it looks like to me, then it will almost even itself out. It may take 5 minutes to do so, but even though you can see the stuff through here, eventually it seems to even it out, and then go back in and look to see if you can see anything left. But it definitely seems to matter that it's a lightweight foundation as opposed to a thicker foundation. I highly recommend using a primer as a barrier between your skin and any products that you use. So again, to go through the steps, I start with Nerium AD moisturizing. Then I go in with my Honest Company primer. And then I go in with my foundation and brush. And then I do my eye serum. Pat it on, let it dry, do its thing. With everywhere else I put my makeup, I follow up with e.l.f. HD powder. So I hope that helps. Excuse me, I'm getting tongue-tied. Please let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to email me, kayladoeshair@hotmail.com. Feel free to text me if you have my number. Or contact me on Facebook, all right? Hope that helps. Good luck.